Growing up, the one thing I can remember so clearly, desperately wanting was having more confidence. I struggled in social situations. I struggled to lead. I struggled to stand up for myself. I struggled to stand up for the things that I believe in. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you yourself can build unshakable confidence that can't be destroyed by outside noise, that allows you to actually accomplish your goals and have confidence that you can achieve your goals. And two, become a leader, be a leader in all aspects of your life. To start, I think the biggest thing when it comes to building self-confidence is your inner dialogue. It's your self-talk. Thinking back to when I was younger, I remember I would always talk down on myself. Every time I would look in the mirror and I wasn't happy with what I saw, I would talk bad about myself. Like, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, oh, this is wrong with me, that is wrong with me. Let me tell you something, bro. The thoughts that you tell yourself, the inner dialogue that you have with yourself, what you put into the universe is exactly what you get back out of it. Your reality is a reflection of the thoughts that you tell yourself day in and day out. I'm not going to argue with you about it because I am so confident in this. Your thoughts shape your reality. So if you're sitting there thinking, telling yourself that you're ugly, that you're fat, how do you think the universe is going to reflect that to you? People are going to point out your insecurities. You're going to think more about your insecurities in social situations. And this goes beyond looks, right? I'm just using it as an example. Point I'm making is if you want to build self-confidence, you have to change your inner dialogue. Changing your inner dialogue looks like doing simple affirmations throughout your day. It looks like shutting down the voice, the negative voice that pops into your head whenever you see something or you're wanting to think something. It's shutting it down at the initial thought of it. It's not brewing on it. It's not giving it any energy. For example, if I look in the mirror and I think to myself, I'm fat, even if it seems to be objectively true, I sit there and I correct myself. I'm like, no, you're beautiful, bro. You're so handsome. You're so in shape, bro. Look at your shoulders. Look at your biceps, bro. You look fucking amazing. Because why would I not tell myself that? Thinking negative thoughts has never and will never serve you any purpose. Want to believe something about yourself. If you want something to reflect into your reality, there is no bounds to what you can have reflect in your reality. Thinking negatively will never serve you one bit. It will always reflect back to you negatively in your reality. So if you want to build unshakable confidence, you need to start telling yourself words of affirmations about things that would give you more confidence. So for me, a big thing for me growing up was I was not happy with the way I looked. I was not happy with my physique. I was not happy with my face. I wasn't really happy with my haircut and stuff like that. So I would start telling myself, and this is recently, I would start telling myself, you're an athlete. You have an amazing physique. Even if I was fat, I would tell myself, you have an amazing physique. You're an athlete, bro. I would tell myself, dude, you're so handsome. Like it sounds cringe. It sounds cringe, but this is the shit you actually have to do if you want to build confidence. This is the work you have to put in. This is the mental work you have to put in if you want to build confidence. I would tell myself, dude, you look good today. You look amazing today. Even if I didn't fully believe it, I would just tell myself, I would get used to telling myself that over and over and over again. And over time, it started reflecting back to me in my reality. I started taking better care of myself. I started going to the gym more because I told myself I was an athlete. I believed I was an athlete. And so I started going to the gym more. I started getting my body in shape. I started eating better. And it's all because I decided to switch up my inner dialogue. Instead of identifying as someone that was fat, I chose to identify as someone that was an athlete. Instead of identifying as someone that was ugly and got no attention from women, I started telling myself, bro, you look good. You're handsome. You're attractive. I would just tell myself those things. And it slowly started reflecting in my reality. Like, look, bro, I'm handsome as shit. Go look at my old videos, bro. You can see the glow up. And you can say, yeah, I just got older. But there were definitely things that I did myself that drastically improved my appearance, and it's all due to changing my identity and the things that I told myself on a daily basis. Now, the next step to building your unshakable confidence is untying your self-worth from the value that you provide to those around you. I feel like for a lot of men, for the vast majority of men actually growing up, their self-worth was tied to the value that they provided. So the way that this shows up is your parents never really praised you growing up. Your parents never really told you that they were proud of you, but they always would tear into you when you did something wrong. So say, for example, you got bad grades in school. Your parents would rip into you, would tell you, you need to do better. You need to do better. You need to be better. And then you get your grades up and you start doing better, and then they don't say anything. But anytime you did something negative, they laid into you, and it low-key fucked up your self-esteem in that moment when they're telling you, hey, you're stupid, you can't do this, why aren't you doing better, you're smarter than da, da, da. All that bullshit starts to slowly tie your self-esteem to the things that you're capable of. And let me tell you something, bro. This is genuinely what I believe. As a man, you should be doing your absolute best to try to provide for those around you, whether it's your family, your significant other, your friends. But your self-worth is not tied to the value that you provide to others. I want you to understand that. Make that clear. Your self-worth is not tied to the value that you provide for others. Your self-worth comes from the things that you believe in and the things that you stick by. If you can get into the mindset of, at the end of the day, all I have is myself. And this isn't to make you lonely, but it's to really make you feel more confident in yourself, in your personal being. At the end of the day, all you have is yourself. So stick by yourself. Do not abandon yourself for other people. Do not abandon yourself for the popular opinion. Always stick by yourself, even when it might seem uncomfortable, even when it might cause a conflict. Stick by yourself, because the more that you betray yourself, the less confidence you're going to have when it comes to being a leader, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to just general confidence and achieving goals and progressing in life. You're not going to have that confidence in yourself if you constantly betray yourself. If someone is saying something that you don't necessarily agree with, there's nothing wrong with speaking up and speaking against that. If someone is speaking to you in a way that you don't like, there's nothing wrong with speaking up and saying something. Now, obviously, there's respectful ways to go about it. Like, I'm not gonna get all into all the nuances of it, but understand that at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. You need to stick by yourself. The more that you abandon yourself, the less confidence you're going to have. So if you want to have more confidence, stick by yourself. If you enjoyed anything I said, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.